Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and all you freaking nerds! We are Digital Waypoint, and we're back. Guess what? We said that last episode, and then what happened?
That's right,
Boom,
we
were
did.
gone for a month. Who cares? Where
right.
were we? I don't know. Your pipes burst.
They did.
They did,
We've
kinda.
been busy. Yeah.
You pouring boiling water down your plastic
Yep,
pipes. They
I
just
know. McDonald's
melted.
plastic.
Your McDonald's plastic pipes. But hey, we're back, and we are ready to talk about some video game stuff. As usual, if you don't remember, because it's been a month, my name is Noah. I'm here. We're going to talk about some video game stuff. Across from me, at this table, on the opposite side that I usually sit on,
It's
is my
weird.
boy Mason. Huh?
I said it's weird. It's throwing
weird.
me off.
It is throwing me off as well. It's
Yeah.
my boy Mason. And guess what? Over this month, he got even cuter. Mason, how'd you do it?
I don't know. That's just been a lot of stress. A lot of housework. Maybe I built up some muscle doing housework. I don't know.
There we go. You do housework and get stressed out, and you can be as cute as Mason in 1 month.
The 30-day miracle cure.
30-day Mason miracle cure. I don't know why I for some reason I really wanted to say that like this, kind of delves into my coach voice. All right, let's get started. We got some jank to talk about, but before we talk about that jank, I know you guys missed that intro. You missed that beautiful, beautiful tune. That is, of course, provided by our boy, not just my boy, our boy, A Cloudy Sky. He's lit. He's freaking good at what he does, so hit him up on anywhere you listen to your music. All right. We got some stuff to talk about. It's been a month, so, I know that last time we said that we were going to talk about E3, but guess what? Literally everybody and their mom talked about E3.
Yeah.
So suck it. We're not going to talk about E3.
There wasn't even that many things that were great at E3.
Yeah,
It's kind of
there
a
wasn't.
letdown.
It was a bit of a letdown of an E3. The Breath of the Wild 2 looked cool.
Yeah.
That's it. He's got long fingernails now, which kind of throws me off. On the one hand,
What?
on the one hand,
scar hand?
yeah, whatever it is.
It's a monster
got-
hand or something.
Yeah, it's freaking gross. I don't know. Other than that, not a lot. But today, we're going to talk about Sony's State of Play, which happened, was it yesterday? Or today?
I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today is July 9th, 2021. So that happened July 8th, 2021, as it being one day ago. So we're going to be talking about that. And then we're also going to be, there's not a lot to talk about. Good old Nintendo. But we got a little bit to talk about Nintendo. But we're going to go ahead and start with State of Play. Now, before we actually talk about it, I didn't actually watch it, but I looked at it afterwards.
Yeah.
And just by the eye test, I was thoroughly disappointed.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was thinking, like, this is Sony's E3 presentation and stuff like that, because they usually wait until July.
Yeah.
And there was no big showstopper games or announcements. And I almost wonder, because Sony has been under a lot of, I don't know, had a lot of people come out and say that they don't support indies like the other two. Nintendo and Xbox, especially Nintendo right now.
Yeah.
Are really supporting indies, and a lot of these aren't indies, but they're smaller games, smaller third-party games, and I almost wonder if this was them trying to make up for that, because they usually just go big with their games on their State of Play, except for the last one, because the last one wasn't good either. So,
So they were kind of following suit with all the other with Microsoft and all the crap for E3, where it was all kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
At least just from the eye test. I thought this was a letdown, but after looking at a lot of the games that they announced and some of that stuff, I am pleasantly surprised,
Mm-hmm.
but not excited.
Yeah, I think that there's some good titles that
Yeah.
they showed in this, and a lot of cool stuff that I may look into a good amount of these and actually buy them. But like in comparison, there was no. I don't know. You know, when you're thinking like there was nothing Last of Us, nothing Uncharted. There were some remasters for some exclusives or upgrades and stuff, director's cut. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just nothing like Nintendo's was the best out of the big three in the past month.
You think Nintendo's was the best?
I think Nintendo's by far the best. You don't think so?
I
You
thought
like-
Microsoft.
Really?
I thought Microsoft did a really good job.
I thought Microsoft's was just the Bethesda show.
Well, I mean, it was partially Bethesda, but then Halo Infinite, having the free multiplayer was
That's
the
cool.
absolute correct
That's
thing
cool.
to do.
Yeah.
It looks really dope. There were a couple other things.
Yeah.
But even if it was just a Bethesda show, I thought that
Yeah.
Star whatever
Starfield.
looked dope. It's
Yeah.
a unique
It is.
take.
Yeah.
And oh boy, gonna have to really look at whether or not I get an Xbox for that type of game, because of course it's exclusive, and I don't want to drop whatever you still get an Xbox for now, like $800.
Yeah. Well,
Garbage.
they're good at supporting past gen though. You have an Xbox One, right?
I have like a baseline.
Okay.
So
you
I
need
like-
to get like the upgrade. Yeah.
It takes me like 15 minutes to load into a game.
The Xbox One X, I think, is still getting, or whatever the highest level
Yeah.
before the Series X
Yeah.
is still getting a lot of those games because they're really good about keeping the Xbox family support. Where PlayStation's like, we're gonna give you a year, and you better buy the PS5.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna make enough for you to buy them though. Anyway,
Oh man, you thought we were talking about State of Play. No, we're going right back to E3, baby. All right. So I got my list specifically from it's called the PlayStation blog. So I figured that's a pretty good place to. So I'll be kind of going down the list that they have, starting off with Moss Book 2.
Mhm.
All right. So now I don't know if you saw much of this. Moss Book 2 is a VR. It's apparently the second, hence the book 2, of a series. Like I said, VR. It's action adventure. You play as this little rabbit mouse. I don't know. His name's Quill. It's freaking adorable, and it looks cool. I mean, I couldn't really tell. Like, I feel like there's some VR games where it's like it's VR in that you can look around,
Yeah.
and you got the 3D, and then other games you are, you got the controllers and you're
Yeah.
physically
Right.
moving stuff. It didn't look like a physically moving
No.
type of thing.
There was a game sort of like this. I think Astrobot might have been like this. The first Astrobot, where they were demoing what the VR could do, and you kind of are in this. I bought another game like this where you play as like God, and
Mhm.
you're just looking down from a point of view,
Mhm.
and then you can control what's going on beneath you. And this looks kind of the same,
Okay.
where you're kind of like off in a corner or you're off to the side of the screen, but you still interact with or you either like play as the character. It's more of just like opening up the field of view, just like
Okay.
Breath of the Wild is VR with the cardboard, with or Mario Odyssey is with the
Okay.
cardboard, where it just increases your field of view pretty
Okay.
much, and you can look around in the game world, but you're not playing as yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, regardless, it looked cool.
Mhm.
Like, the art style was really dope. I vibed with it. I loved the idea of Biomutant, but I don't want to buy it because I've heard that Biomutant was really not that
yeah,
good.
I know.
I love the idea of anthropomorphic little rodents and everything. Kind of,
Mhm.
I like, maybe not so much that. I like the idea of massive things that as a person would look normal. You
Mhm.
know, like a door to a mouse looks enormous, and then to
Yeah.
us, it's like a freaking door.
Yeah.
Break it down if need be. I'll do whatever I need to do. Freaking big chilling up here. But it looked really cool. It looked like it had diverse worlds.
Yeah.
And if it is kind of like you get to interact with everything,
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be really cool. I know that you're not a huge VR guy.
which is funny because I'm like one of the first people that we know that
You're
bought
the
a PSVR.
only person
Yeah.
that had
It's
VR.
sitting behind me, and
I
I
know.
don't ever touch it. So it's just nice to look at. It's decoration.
Yeah.
So this is something I would play in VR. I bought Skyrim VR. I bought a bunch of other stuff. The only games that I thought were fun were games sort of like this, where they don't try and make a whole huge game. Like Skyrim, I never played. I mean, it's 360p in the PS4 headset.
What?
Yeah, I'd get
It's that crap?
Yeah, I would get such bad motion sickness. It might be 720, but it's still 360 per
Still
eye.
horrible.
Yeah, 360 per eye or something. So I would get really motion sick in Skyrim, and it just wasn't fun. But things like this, where they're kind of made with that in mind, like Fruit Ninja VR, Super Hot. There was that bomb game, like I can't remember what it was. You're a secret agent. You're trying to defuse
Yeah,
bombs
that
and
was a
stuff
ton
like
of fun.
Yeah, see,
That game was really
games
fun.
like that are fun, but
It's like when they're built around it.
yeah, and they've got to be short. Like this game is short, or the first game was. First game's like a couple hours.
Did you play it?
No, but
Okay.
I almost did, and I almost bought it, and I'm reading about it right now on Metacritic. It has a pretty good score. It's got an 85 and a user score of 8, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, it's a lot of VR has a tendency to be a party trick, and it's not
Yeah.
fun to play by yourself. This would be fun to play by yourself.
Yeah.
So there's a balance in VR to where it can't be $60. Like Skyrim Remastered was $60, and then Skyrim VR was $60. They were
Yeah.
two separate. They should have just
Yeah.
made it rolled in. That's ridiculous.
That's
Like games
nuts.
now roll in the VR mode. Like Star Wars Squadrons rolled in a VR mode a couple months after release, I think,
Mhm.
instead of being like, oh, you got to pay us again for the VR version. So, you know, if it's something like this, I think it's a good use of VR, but I just see it too much as a party trick right now.
Yeah.
The Oculus Quest 2 is really cool because it's no mounted, no wires, no nothing. But as far as this, and this may come out with the PS5 VR, you know, that whenever that comes out, they showed it a little bit
Yeah.
with the controllers. But anyway, yeah, little too much of a gimmick for me at this point, but
Yeah.
this looks like a cool game
Yeah.
regardless.
I like VR. I think it's fun. I've only played a few VR games, so I can't really speak to. I was gonna say I've never played a VR game that I don't like, but I've also only played like 2. So
I will say, speaking of that, Resident Evil 7, I'm replaying it
Okay.
again, but not in VR. It has full VR support.
Uh-huh.
That was really good in VR.
Oh, I'm sure.
So maybe
I'm
it's
sure
just this-
horror.
maybe just Skyrim sucked because that didn't look too bad. That is really fun.
It was Bethesda. So
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
probably just sucked.
Yeah, it did come out like 2011. So,
Yeah.
but that was really good. So for experiences like that, it's really good. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So I figure we could rate them, like each individual game, if as like something that we would enjoy,
Okay.
potentially buy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I would probably rate Moss Book 2. I'd give it like a 6. It looks cool. I mean, I don't have.
do you have to
PlayStation
have
VR?
Do you have to have PlayStation VR? Is it a must? Or is it like-
Um,
You can use it.
I don't know if it's a. I mean, it's highlighted as
Yeah.
VR,
Mhm.
so I'd imagine that it's a must. If it's a must, then it's just kind of like if you have it. If you don't have it, then you can't really rate it because you can't play it.
Yeah.
If you do, assuming that you had it, I'd say this is probably a 6. It looks cool. It looks pretty. I don't know if there's going to be much game or if it's just a scenery type of thing. If that's what you like, then God, why are you here? But if you do like that, all right, go for it. Whatever,
Yeah.
Playboy, whatever. So I'll give it a 6.
I also say about a 6. Depends on the price point.
That is very cheap.
If the
That was
price
when I was-
point, because it's not very long,
Yeah.
and it's in VR, and this is not you're not paying for a God of War.
Yeah.
You know, you're not paying for something huge experience. So if the price point is around $30, I would say a 6. If it's 70, 1.
if it's $70,
I'm not-
this better
it
be
won't happen.
life changing.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that everything's $70. You know what? I'll shell out. I'm a freaking yeah. Yeah, no, that is a fantastic point. If
Yeah.
it is even if it's $60,
Yeah.
that's gonna drop tremendously.
Yeah.
If it's you get 10 hours out of it
Yeah.
for $20, great
I
deal.
bet you won't even get 10 because the original one was like 2. Yeah.
What?
And it's $40. Yeah. I just looked $40 pre on the GameStop. It might not be 2, but it's very minimal. Let's see. Moss
That's freaking nuts.
gameplay.
That is insane if you only get 2 hours out of a $40 purchase.
How long to beat? Okay, main story is 4 hours. Completionist is 6. So if you do everything in the game, 6 hours, every single thing. But if you
Well-
just play the story, it's 4 hours. So it's $10 an hour. pretty
Let's
much.
hope it's $10 an hour.
Crazy.
Let's hope that there's more content, because if not, it's gonna suck.
The most disappointed I've ever been with a game is there's this game called Murdered Soul Suspect, and you're a ghost detective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looked really cool. It was a really cool premise.
Mhm.
It was a really cool game. It's 90% off on Steam right now, so that makes total sense. Went and bought it, $60. It was an hour and a half long. An hour and a half. I bought it the evening I beat it the evening I bought it. I bought it at like 4 PM, and I was like, all right, I'm going to play this like all night. I beat it before dinner.
That's insane.
Yeah. I was like 16, 17, yeah. But 2014, so I was 18. Insane.
Jeez.
I hated
That
it. I was
sucks.
so sad. And then you go back to GameStop and they're like at $20. I'm like, great. I still paid $40 for an hour and a half of entertainment.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's my opinion on short
So,
games, full priced,
Yeah.
rip off.
So let's hope we get some content, okay?
Let's hope.
All right. Moving on to Arcadegeddon, which is a cool yet horribly difficult word to spell, because it's not Arcadegeddon.
Yeah.
It's Arcadegeddon. Arcadegeddon. Arcadegeddon.
It's weird.
I don't understand
weird,
why they spelled it like that. I can't spell. So Arcadegeddon, loot and shoot multiplayer, really, really dope art style. I think it's super interesting. It's like, it looks very comic-y. It's teetering the edge of like traditional today animation, where it's all kind of like soft,
Yeah.
yet it doesn't look like a Pixar movie,
Right.
which is usually my biggest gripe
Yeah.
with that type of art style. But I don't know, it's got like a weird story where you're trying to save an arcade game and just blah 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 blah. I don't
Yeah.
care about it. This
Yeah.
doesn't look like a story game.
Yeah.
It looks just off the walls bonkers
Uh-huh.
type of, like in the trailer they're doing 15 different things, and the whole time I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
There's tons of looting specifically. There were a bunch of mini games that you can play, but it was really interesting because I heard somebody, I don't remember where if I heard it or if I read it, but they were saying that it looks similar to non-battle royale
Mhm.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Where like what Fortnite was originally supposed to
Right.
be.
Yeah. The co-op mode.
Yeah, because it's got co-op modes, it's got hordes,
Yep.
it's got the whole, like, even the way that the loot looks like it comes out of
Mhm.
whatever chest
Yeah.
or person or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
It looks like Fortnite.
Yeah.
And it's definitely the same level. I think it's much more chaotic.
Yeah.
But it's in the same vein of chaos. Where Fortnite, for a little bit it was the cartoonish BR,
Mm-hmm.
and then at some point they pulled the brakes and they were like, we're gonna put like just straight up anything and everything we can into this video game.
Yeah.
But looks cool.
It does. You can buy it right now. I didn't know that it dropped now.
You can buy it now, or I thought that it was like a beta.
PlayStation Store, $19.99, PS5 Standard Edition. Doesn't say anything about beta.
Really?
Release date yesterday.
Wow.
So it was a shadow drop.
All right, that's pretty cool. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was like Apex.
Apex, yeah.
That's freaking cool.
I would give this. All right, so I've talked about this before. You know me. We talked about this right before this. It takes me forever to get through video games.
An ungodly amount of time. in video
So,
games.
yeah. So let's say I am not playing DK64 right now, and I'm not going to play. Actually, this is co-op, so it kind of goes against. I buy it anyway.
It
'cause I play with
looks
other people.
like you have to be
Yeah.
playing with people to have the most fun.
So okay, we'll say right now with my brothers, I'm playing Mario 3D Land, whatever remaster on Switch. That's what I'm playing right now. After I beat that, I would say this is almost a 10 for me to get.
Really?
Yeah, because I think that I love co-op shooters. I really love like the like you were saying, like horde mode almost shooter, like Risk of Rain, like
Really? You like Risk of Rain?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. And I know this isn't roguelike, but
Yeah.
like Risk of Rain, like what is the other game? Helldivers, like everything like that. It's
Did you
more.
play like Left 4 Dead? Those games?
I didn't play Left 4 Dead,
Okay.
but I like the style.
Yeah.
I want to play Back for Blood or whatever that's coming out soon. I really like it's Left 4 Dead Spiritual. It's the same team.
Oh, okay.
They just
Oh,
they
yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
have the IP. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then excuse me, Killing Floor is like a Left 4 Dead successor.
I've definitely heard of that.
It's like
I don't
indie
remember.
almost. It's zombies, and I thought
Okay.
that was really fun. So, and this is third person. I like third person shooters over first person because I think they have more character.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this is a 10. Like I would definitely
interesting.
100% buy it, with the caveat that it is not one player per system because I don't ever play online. If I'm playing with my brothers, we're in person, and it is 4 players online. I don't see. It's got adaptive triggers. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't see where it's how many players it is in like a couch co-op. I'm a sucker for couch co-op. If it's not couch co-op, not really into it. So we'll take this back down to an 8. If it was couch co-op, 10. Without it, 8. Because I don't ever play online. If I'm hanging out with people, it's in person. I don't play online. So
Yeah. I there's a part of me we don't like I don't know anybody that plays online as much as I do. Granted, I'm about to start working full time, so it's like
yeah,
my play will definitely plummet a bit.
right.
But I still play more than probably most people that I know.
Yeah.
And I don't have anybody that plays that much.
Mhm.
And I have never been a big believer in finding people online to be friends with. 'Cause I
Right.
think that I don't care.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
this game looks like with people, I'd have a ton of fun with it.
right.
Like if I had a core group of people that we would be playing consistently, I'd have a ton of fun with it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like you get nearly as much out of just solo.
Right.
But I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. But so if I had people to play with, especially now, you said it was $20.
$20.
I may still even just get it.
Yeah.
Just because it's super interesting. It looks
Yeah.
really unique.
Yeah.
The art style for real I really vibe with this.
Yeah.
Like the pastel sort of futuristic, cell shaded type stuff is looking crisp.
Yeah.
So
it looks nice.
I might just get it. This game looks like it could be like an 8 or 9 for me. I'm still probably gonna put it like a 6.5.
Yeah.
Because if you can get the full experience by yourself,
Yeah.
then dope. But if like you need a crew of people that are playing,
Yeah.
I don't know enough people that play that I enjoy playing with consistently.
Yeah.
Because you don't ever play.
No.
Yeah. So you're kind of out of the question. And then we've only got one other guy who is like married to Call of Duty. So
Yeah. He would
But-
never. I could never see him playing a game like this. Never.
no, probably not.
No. Hell
Uh,
would freeze over
yeah.
before he picks this up.
Yeah.
No way.
That would be, honestly, watching him play, that would be so freaking funny.
Yeah. But I agree with you though, because like you were saying, I doubt that you can get this single player really good. I doubt you can get a good experience really single player. So yeah, I mean that would probably drop mine down pretty low too.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it was split screen co-op, 10, I'd buy it. But I don't know.
We'll see. So.
Yeah.
Looking at next, Tribes of Midgard. Now, this one, I think, was the one that I looked at first, or this is the one specifically when I was looking at the lineup where I was like, yeah, this looks horrible.
Yeah.
This looks absolutely abysmal. And after watching the trailer, I was slightly surprised because it doesn't look like, I thought it was just going to be like a top-down, like a Diablo. I don't like top-down. I don't like beat-em-up. I don't like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was much more looting RPG than I thought it would be.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I think it looks cool too. Like, and the fact that, again, this is definitely a type of game where I'm gonna burp. Oh, there we go. It definitely looks like the type of game where you need to be playing with a couple people consistently.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look like there's much of a solo type of whatever.
No.
So if you've got a group of, I think it was 3 or 4 people, I can't remember. If you got a group of people that can play it, this game looks like a ton of fun because you've got the story mission, which looks kind of garbo, but then you've got the open world sort of, they said it was like farts. I can't think of the word. Horde. It's like horde gameplay. Oh wow! You can team up with 2. You can either be you and another guy, or up to 10 people.
Yeah, up to 10 people. That's what I was going to say.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, but then it's also got elements of base building.
Yep.
The biggest draw, I think, is just the fact that it's Norse mythology, and Norse mythology is just freaking dope.
Yeah.
And everybody loves it. And if you don't love it, you're freaking normie.
Oh, Gearbox published this.
Is Gearbox?
Gearbox. Interesting.
That would make sense why it's so, if it's like, very looty.
Yeah. Yep.
The Borderlands. So it looks dope.
Yeah.
If there's a way for it to not ruin the feeling, like if you can play solo, that would be really cool. It really doesn't look like it's geared towards solo.
No.
But if you have people, it looks like it could be like, an 8.
Yeah, I think this looks really cool. I'm trying to see. There almost looked like there was like a base building.
Well, yeah, in the trailer, they were saying that you go out, you get stuff,
yeah,
you come back, and you build up your fortress. And that's what I was kind of saying of like the base building of like that could be really cool.
Yeah,
for me, this whole game, all of it could be really cool, or it could just be a dumpster fire of a game.
Well, I think again the price point does a lot for it. It's $20.
Really?
$20 PS5 right now. You can pre-order it. The launch day is in 17 days. $20 right now though.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And I think like the price point of indie games really makes up a lot of the lack of polish and content for me. So like I'm so happy playing something that I feel is a passion project that I bought for $20 rather than something I bought for 60 and it's not good.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny though. It supports PS Vita remote play.
Are you freaking?
That's what it says on the PlayStation page.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the?
It's
who
who
plays?
I've got one. I don't have any games for it.
I remember.
I haven't played it in years.
I remember the same Call of Duty kid getting a PS Vita years ago, and all of us being like, "You can touch the back."
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that was the whole selling point. And then I never saw it touch it again.
There's nothing good on it.
I had a PSP back when PSPs were cool.
Yeah,
and it was like as soon as, like I mean, I probably played it with it for like 50 hours total. And I was like, there's no point. Monster Hunter gets boring.
Oh yeah,
just like it does
all the time.
every rendition
and
of
every
it.
yeah.
There is not a single Monster Hunter game
Yeah.
that I think most people have beaten.
Right.
And then it was like a Star Wars game,
Yeah.
and it was pretty fun.
Oh
but
yeah,
then it was
yeah,
repetitive.
yeah. There was a
and
Battlefront on there. Battlefront 3 was on there, I think. Or
Really?
whatever it was. Yeah. That maybe
Wha-
maybe not
whatever,
what you're thinking
whatever
about,
it
but
was. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I've done the same thing 20 times.
Yeah.
I just never want to play it again.
Yeah. There's a very niche market for the PS Vita. A
Yeah.
lot of people love it for like Japanese because it was huge in Japan.
Okay.
For Japanese games and ports, a lot of people love it, and for PS1 games and stuff. But I don't ever touch mine. I played Jack and Daxter trilogy on it not too long ago, but that's about it.
So yeah, you gotta
You can play Tribes of Midgard on it.
$200 paperweight
Yeah.
in a PS Vita. Go ahead, pop it in, bad boy.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. So all that to say, it seems like for me personally, as a predominantly solo guy, probably going to be like a 3-ish.
Yeah.
Again, if it's $20,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a really hard time not buying it.
Yeah, I mean, $20.
Why not?
For me, honestly, probably like if we're rating on a scale of 1 to 10, we're gonna get it 1.
Well, it's partially that you're gonna get it, but also partially if you got it, if you would have fun.
Okay, I'm not going to get it because in a realistic world, I'm not going to get it. I want it. It looks cool, but I probably won't play it.
Yeah.
If I bought it, it looks like I would have a ton of fun with it if I played online. Like, take me back to when I was 18, even 20, probably would have loved this. Got a ton of fun out of it.
Oh yeah.
Present me would love it, but not have the time for it. So,
yeah.
you know, it looks like something I would really like. I like the dungeon style, Diablo style gameplay. I like top-down RPGs. I like stuff like that, but I just wouldn't have the time to put into it.
Yeah.
People, I'd buy it, and then people would get like way better than me, and then I'd just quit because I'd be mad. So
yeah. So I mean, it looked initially horrible.
Yeah.
But it was pleasantly surprising.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
All right. Now we can talk about Fist, which is
Forged in Shadow Torch. What a name.
They 100% were like, I love the Forged in Shadow, and they're like, what are we gonna do for tea? And they were like, you had the intern in the back, Torch.
Yeah.
And they're like, you got it. Like, it's
what sounds like a cool word.
so stupid. Apparently, I thought I saw that this is a sequel.
What?
I thought I
really
feel like I remember seeing or hearing in the trailer that it was a sequel.
I Google it, and it's literally just a bunch of Google images of a fist.
It's so stupid.
I'm trying to find the game, please. All right, here we go. It's a Metroidvania.
Forged in Shadow Torch. What a stupid. They couldn't think of anything else with T. I'm trying to think. Oh man, this might be harder than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be able to come up. Forged in Shadow Turmoil. Even that's better.
That's not bad, yeah.
Even that's better.
Yeah, that kind of goes with the...
I was gonna say Tourette's, but that's okay. I have Tourette's,
You can make
so
fun
I
of it.
can make the joke.
Right.
Yeah. So this is a side scroller, beat 'em up type of game.
Yeah.
It looks like it takes itself
Way
too seriously.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of the trailer. Again, it's the cool kind of sort of pseudo apocalypse, anthropomorphic animals, but it like starts off with like really bad voice acting from like a water bison or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you have to go back?" And then out of nowhere, this like super intense Japanese dude is like, "I have to go back to where it all began." And it was like, what? It's just this freaking rabbit with a massive metal fist behind him, which is dope. And it looks Oh my gosh, everything about the trailer was like way too serious. The music was really cool.
Yeah.
But like the whole time it's just, intense combat, like boo bow bow, just beating the tar out of people. And then like this chick slides some keys under a cell, and this rabbit is just like he's sitting there smoking a cigar. And he stops the key with his foot, and he goes boom. And there's a fist! And it's just all this crap. And it's freaking nuts. It was hilarious because it doesn't look very fun.
Yeah.
It visually looks pretty cool.
It does visually. Yeah, it's good.
The music hyped itself up.
Yeah.
This looks like a boring game.
Yeah.
This does not look like a good game. Just like, farts. I mean, maybe Torch is like part of it. His name is Rayton. That's a weird name.
Yeah.
For an anthropomorphic.
It's
Japanese rabbit with a massive metallic fist.
I feel like the animals are somehow inspired by, like, probably people that grew up with Sonic and Sly and Ratchet and everything like that.
Yeah.
And this is just way too gritty.
Do you think? Did you ever imagine you're playing Sly? You're a freaking raccoon just stealing coins from like massive enemy bad boy looking bulls that you were gonna like in like 15 years show up to Japanese rabbits with massive fists.
That's the evolution of this.
I don't think you could have. I don't think anybody could have predicted where we are.
No, I don't think so.
It definitely looks like it takes itself way too seriously.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that vibes with it a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna get it because I don't like side scrollers.
No.
Like I don't enjoy beat 'em ups particularly.
Yeah.
I would probably give this a 2.
Yeah.
I wanna there's a deep part of me that because I found this so funny wants to give us like a 10.
You want to buy it for them? Oh, you
I
want?
I would want to buy it straight for the meme, just to see how stupid it looks.
Does it have a price yet?
I don't
$75.
know.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not, it's a joke. It's a joke.
I was legitimately about to scream. Woo, boy, I was about to peak. That would have been insane.
It doesn't have. It's on Steam, but it doesn't have a price
Fortune
yet.
Shadow will be released PS5 and PS4 on September 7th for $30.
Oh. Okay.
PlayStation Plus members can get $10 off. So you can buy it for the cheap price of $27 instead of $30.
Wait, 27.
Yeah, it's 10% off. 10% of 30 is
I thought
$3.
you said $10. I think you did say $10.
Oh, sorry, 10% off PlayStation Plus members.
$3.
So
$3.
Take that $3 and go screw yourself. Why don't you? So, I mean, for $30, that definitely. I get the feeling this is not going to be. There's not going to be a lot of content here.
No,
I get the feeling it's going to be very gimmicky.
Yeah, and you got to think this was $30. The other two games we just talked about, 20. And I feel like there's a lot more fun to be had in those games.
Yeah, there's a lot more possibility.
Yeah,
this is where the other two were multiplayer, which we both said like we don't particularly enjoy.
Yeah.
There's so much more room for new content in
definitely.
multiplayer as opposed to a hardcore anthropomorphic animal story.
Yeah.
I will say, like in one part of the trailer, they're in these like massive robots just like skating around in like a battlefield. That looked freaking dope.
Yeah.
It looks dope in some parts of it, but you have to get past the haze of like the repressed teen angst that is exuding from Rayton's freaking rabbit ears. Rayton. That's real close to a felony word. So I would give it like a 2.
A felony word? I didn't pick up on it. So never mind. Sorry.
I would give it like a 2. I don't think I'm going to buy it.
No,
I think that it doesn't look like it's going to have lots of content. So I give it a 2.
Yeah,
give it a 2.
Yeah, I'll say it too. I do like side scrollers and Metroidvanias. Rarely, I really like Hollow Knight. love Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight was the one that I've played
Ah.
that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I love Hollow Knight.
Didn't beat it.
If you want to say, Ori is sort of Metroidvania. It's definitely side scroller.
I never played that. He's really good in Rivals of Aether.
That's what I've
He's
heard.
I will curb stomp just about anybody with Ori. So cheesy.
And what else have I played that's Metroidvania? Very not a whole lot of games.
It's very niche.
Yeah.
Because you got like the Mega Man,
Right. Yeah, Mega Man.
and the that Mighty Number 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
Mighty Number 8.
9. It is 9. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
and then
just wasted like millions of dollars.
yeah,
Millions of random people's money.
That's a tough subject.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I won't buy it. I give it a 2.
Yeah.
So 1 or 2.
Cool.
Hunter's Arena. This is actually out on Steam.
On Steam?
It's been out.
Really?
Yeah. It has been out since July 15th, 2020, so about a year. It has mixed reviews. 819 reviews, very mixed. It is in early access right now, and you can get it for $10.
Really?
It's normally 20. That's on Steam though.
That
it's
is
not
true.
PS5. PS5. Let's see if it's on the PlayStation Store.
I'm not seeing anything on the blog,
Yeah,
but it's coming out for PlayStation August 3rd, which is really only 2-3 weeks away. It's really not that far.
No.
It from a concept, just a paper concept. This looks. I thought this was going to be my favorite game that they showed.
Yeah.
Because I don't particularly enjoy BRs. I enjoy some aspects of them.
Yeah.
I'm
right.
a big fantasy dude. I prefer over sci-fi, over modern, over whatever. I always would prefer fantasy.
Yep. Me too.
So a fantasy BR sounds like something that's never been tried, full or never been tried on a console.
Never like. There's the Wizard VR or Wizard BR that
I saw that, but that seemed like it never really got out of beta.
Yeah.
And that was just Steam.
No, it's on Switch and PS4, PS5.
Really?
Yeah, I have it on both of them. It's pretty fun, but it's very generic, and it's still like a shooter. You just pick up gloves, and it's essentially picking up weapons, and then you can shoot a tornado or shoot a fireball, and your left and right hand have different abilities.
It seemed like it was more. It was less of a BR and more of like an old school Halo, where you pick up weapons that are strewn across the map. Was it like you drop in specific areas? Oh, okay.
I mean, you fly in like on Fortnite, and then you pick up shields and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm entirely incorrect. Thanks, Mason.
Yeah. It's sort of fun. This looks like way more depth. Like it's very shallow.
Yeah.
It's very just generic, very shallow. Better than High Res tried to do a fantasy BR with what's their
I don't know who
team shooter? Paladins.
Oh.
They tried to do a Paladins BR.
Yeah, I remember that.
Originally, it was going to be a team-based BR, which there's another game that's trying that now, I think. Originally, it was going to be team-based. Then they just made it generic white dude, blonde hair like Fortnite.
Nice.
And it's not good.
Oh.
Try to play it.
Not nice.
Nobody plays it. So this looks like it will take the market.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot more depth. There's weapons. This almost looks like For Honor mixed with a BR, like in a fantasy world. Like to where it's combat based, but it looks like it's not technical combat, like where it's like really in depth. I don't know if technical is the right word. Really in depth. This looks like almost button masher.
Yeah, that is the one thing. The combat looked very R1.
Yeah.
It looked
Juggle,
like you just
juggle,
you're
juggle,
just gonna get juggled. That's literally what I wrote. Could be annoying being a juggle fest type of game.
Yeah.
So it's got solos and trios. So it's got opportunities for people to play alone, play with friends. It's got kind of like you said, the customization, which is 100% just going to be live service. So it's going to be microtransactions to some extent, loot boxes or loot crates or magic boxes of divination or
Yes.
whatever you're gonna call it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it looks cool. It looks like it could be really fun, but it also looks like it could be really annoying. I could see myself not finding anybody for 10 minutes
Yeah.
and then getting ambushed
Yeah.
and just getting juggled and
Yeah.
not being able to do anything. And that, more than anything, is what pisses me off in a game.
Yeah,
When I get stuck in a combo, I'm ready to cry. Like, on the spot, I will weep. It's so frustrating to me.
Yeah.
And this looks like like, man, I think of like 16-year-old Noah, who was like almost putting holes in my wall from Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Like, I would kill a man if I played this game. Like, genuinely slaughter.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm not big into paying for battle royales because there's so many microtransactions.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of odd that it's going to be $20 or it looks like it's going to be
hopefully it's only $20.
Yeah. I still find that weird though if you have to pay for a BR because
I feel like it has to be for something like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like the whole game, I don't know. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I feel like this has to have a lot of meat.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got some meat, but I don't know if it's going to have enough meat to warrant, I mean, if it was $60, it'd be like, okay, this better be game of the year.
Yeah.
But $20, I understand where you're coming from, but I also feel like if the combat is good enough,
Yeah.
that's what could save it. If
Yeah.
the mental games that you play are good enough,
Yeah.
if it's not and it's something like Apex, I would pay $20 for Apex's BR. I think for me personally, that's my favorite BR.
Yeah.
Like, if they charged like you remember Black Ops 4's BR?
Yeah.
It's called
Blackout.
Blackout. Yeah, it was not very good.
Yeah.
If they like charged $20 for that would be ridiculous
Yeah.
because it really didn't bring anything new.
Right.
It just pissed people off, and it was laggy, and I almost won my first game and thought it was going to be really good, and then I never got that close.
No. Well, it's not the content, and it's not that I think they're being unfair with the content they're offering and the things like that. I feel like just with where we are in the market, it's odd that you have Apex free, you have Warzone free, and I think those are the two best right now.
Fortnite's still cranking out.
Yeah. Fortnite's in its own world, though. That's its own complete, like...
It's definitely come back down to earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still...
Yeah.
It's not a dead game by any stretch of the imagination.
No. Not at all. And I don't know. I just feel like with all the free options, like the Wizard one is free and the Paladins one is free, and it's just weird to me that they would take the option of it being $20. It's just it's just odd to me. It's not that I think that they're greedy or anything like that. It's just weird that BRs typically are funded from microtransactions. But this actually doesn't say anything about in-game transactions on Steam.
Yeah, I guess that is true. It looked like just based off of they made a point to say customize your character. I feel like it might be the type of thing where it's like an advanced warfare where you can work towards the loot boxes.
Right.
Hopefully, it's not going to be something like a Fortnite where you have to buy to get the customizations. But honestly, just by looking at it before watching the clip, I was probably going to give this like an 8.
Yeah.
I think it's a 5. I don't know if I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
If I did buy it, I don't know that I'd have a ton of fun with it. But, I mean, you throw anything where you can customize a character, I'm probably going to enjoy it, at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. I think that the combat is 100% going to make or break this. Yeah. It could suck and be R1, 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 R1. The characters look very similar to Tekken to me. I'm looking at them right now.
Really?
They've even got like a panda.
Oh yeah, the panda looked dope.
Yeah. Very similar to Tekken.
Reminds
but-
me of Black Desert.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, that
yeah.
that MMO.
The animation, yeah. I
Yeah.
could see that.
Loved making a character on that, and then immediately stopped
Turning
playing
off,
because I was
yeah.
like, I'm not gonna play this.
Yeah. Like I said, and I like that it's 30 people because
That was really interesting.
my favorite BRs are Darwin Project, which was like 10 or 12 people, and then Hunt, that like gothic western
Yeah.
where it's 10 people and it's 5 teams of 2, and you're fighting each other, but you're also trying to take down the monster in the center and escape with the bounty. I really liked that. I bought that in alpha and played it on Steam a lot, and so I don't hate the 100 people thing, but it gets old when every single one is just like, we're gonna drop you in and you're gonna have 100 people. It just adds something.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just-
when it's less, they can
Yeah.
do something different with it.
Yeah. So I give it a 5.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll buy it.
I would give it a 2
Oh
because I'm not gonna buy it,
Yeah.
and I don't really care to buy it. VRs are not my thing. I've
Yeah.
downloaded Apex after people that I work with begging me to. I have not opened it once. I downloaded to appease them, and I have not launched it.
Oh my gosh.
So
Moving forward, I think after looking at the rest of the games that were announced, I think Sifu is probably the one I am most excited for.
Sifu's a 10 for me. It's a 10.
It-
I'm 100% getting that.
So Sifu is a beat 'em up. It's like the combat looked similar. I don't. Did you ever play Absolver?
It's the same developers.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that. Well, Absolver's combat, for those of y'all that haven't played, is just way too deep. Like
it's
I,
extremely.
I played it legitimately for like 30 minutes. I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. And then they were like, all right, choose one of 1,000 stances, and each with their own buffs and debuffs, and give me your soul. And I was like, I got scared, and I
Yeah.
deleted the game.
Yeah.
It was also like 100 gigs. It
Oh,
was insanely big. But so like it looks like it's got some really deep combat, but
Yeah.
it also looks like it's a bit more free form.
Yeah.
It's a pseudo. It's not really roguelike in the sense
No.
of like a typical roguelike,
Right.
but the gimmick every time it, or at least it seems like the gimmick that they were really pushing,
Uh-huh.
every time that your character dies in the game, he ages. I don't
Yeah.
know. It looked like, at least in the trailer, it was like it would go up a random amount. One time it just would go
Yeah.
up 2, and then other times it went up like 7. And I was
Right.
like, what? Which
I wonder. I'm sorry. Finish.
I was gonna say that idea is either really stupid and is gonna really inhibit gameplay,
Yeah.
or is kind of brilliant.
Yeah. So, and I was just thinking of this as we were talking, because before we started recording, we looked up exactly what that was. Because I was watching a video today, and the guy was like, I don't know if this means you get weaker because you get older and you get slower. But then the article that we were reading before this said that they're going off of the typical, you're a kung fu master when all the like Karate Kid and a lot of the old martial arts movies, the kung fu master is the old guy,
Yeah,
and he's the one that is
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda, yeah. Ip Man, everything like that. He's the older guy. It's not the young guy.
Kung Fu Panda 2.
That's right. So I wonder,
Kung Fu Panda 3.
was there a third one?
There's a
Really?
third.
Oh man.
But at that point, Poe, I think, is like in charge, and he's only like a middle-aged panda. I don't know. I don't know what that means. That could
Not a
be 4. That could be
master.
11. I have
Master
no idea.
Splinter, old guy. Anyway, so I wonder though, because you were saying it goes up a random amount. I wonder if that's like XP, and it's how much you did on your life before you die. It goes up more if you accomplish more, because you get older, you get better at kung fu. So
That'd be
like,
interesting.
it goes up a couple points because you only took out 2 people, 3 people. But then when it goes up 9, like you really did good on that last life. I wonder if that's how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I
'Cause they
wondered.
didn't say, so I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't say how it worked. I've wondered if it's like if it can also be sort of viewed as like a difficulty whatever. So like, if you start out and you're just a freaking 2-year-old,
Yeah.
and the game's just impossible because you're 2 years old and you're beating up gangsters. If that would be like ultra hard, but so like everybody starts and they're this little toddler
That would be so weird.
pooping themselves,
Yeah.
and then getting the poop beat out of them with baseball bats.
Mm.
So I wonder if it's like a difficulty thing. That idea. Did you ever play? It was an iOS game. It might have been on Android. Did you ever play Infinity Blade?
Yeah.
So the first one really freaking cool. It's no longer on iOS. I looked up and was really disappointed. Infinity Blade was made by. Do you remember who made that? Epic. Really cool game. Cool concept of you went through this tower or this like castle, whatever, as a soldier, warrior, whatever. And you would pick a path each time, and you had this really unique combat. It really was like trying to hone in on the fact of like you can touch the screen of your phone because this came out. This came out in like 2012, 2011.
The website is trash.
Yeah, the Sifu or Infinity Blade. Oh yeah,
not Sifu.
They did not support.
Yeah,
after
like, it's not horrible, but like the text is running into each other and it's overlap. It's bad.
So, but it was really cool, and each time that you progressed, you got money, you got a little bit of experience, and you could get armor, weapons, that type of the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would die, and then you would come back as a new bloodline, and you'd be your son or your daughter or whatever. I think it was I think it was only boys.
There was girls in the website.
In the first one?
No, it's 3.
Oh,
Infinity Blade 3.
Yeah, Infinity Blade 3 was not very good.
Yeah,
2 was my favorite.
Yeah.
But 1 was. So, in any case, it was very similar, and I didn't know if it was going to act the same type of deal. If it was kind of like you go as far as you go, you die, and then you come back. So it's roguelike in that, and then you always start at the same space. But it's not a roguelike in that the environment doesn't change. Because in Infinity Blade, it was the same thing. So you knew what you were getting into each time. There were a little bit of changes between like enemy types and weapons and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. I as I was watching this, plus the art style just looks dope. And anytime that you put sort of like a cyber music towards anything, I'll probably give you my money.
Oh, yeah.
And they did that, and I was like, all right, I mean, how much you want? They don't have a price because it's not coming until 2022.
They pushed it back.
Yeah, Q1. So I mean, maybe hopefully like March is about the end of Q1 or April.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought if the combat is as deep as Absolver was, I mean, I'm gonna get intimidated. And
I don't think it will be because Absolver was multiplayer, right? You had to fight other people.
I think it could. Yeah.
This is more of like a story. It says like the website says vengeance is the path and like has all this. It's got apparently it's got a deep story to it. I don't know. So I imagine it'll just be like, I don't know. It might have skill trees and stuff like that. Yeah.
If it's more tame, this for me is like a 9.
Yeah.
A solid 9. If it's as intense as Absolver, I probably wouldn't go too far down.
Yeah.
Probably like a 7.
Okay. 10 for me.
Really?
I 100% get this. I've been wanting this since they first showed it like a couple years ago.
They showed it a couple years ago?
I don't know. I don't know how long ago it was, but I know it was the first time because I remember it being a big deal.
Okay. It's a really cool art style. Honestly, that was the biggest takeaway from all of these games. There was not a singular one other than probably Fist, that the art style I wasn't like, that looks cool. Fist was like, it looks like everything else.
Yeah.
And I hate to rag on Fist, but it's Fist.
Yeah.
So
as we were talking about this, I was looking at PlayStation's Indies page.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have a whole Indies page, and so Sifu's not on there, but the ones that we've already talked about are. Did you see Kana Bridge of Spirits? I think is what it is. You'll say it looks very Kenna Bridge of Spirits. It's where you got like the little black animal things following you around, like the little puffball looking dudes. And she has a staff, and it has that big crystal in it. You'll say it looks Pixar, absolutely, and it does. But I will also 10 out of 10 be getting this.
I did. It looked okay. It's a little bit too Pixar for me, yeah. But people said that or because it's not even out yet, right?
No,
it comes out August 27th.
Yeah, it comes out later.
People were saying that it kind of looked like Breath of the Wild, and I kind of saw that. If it's got good gameplay,
yeah,
okay.
It looks way more streamlined than Breath of the Wild.
It doesn't look like it's going to be that good, at least in my opinion. But yeah, so
anyway,
Sifu.
Sorry to. I just saw that on there. I wanted your opinion because we didn't get to talk about E3.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, Sifu, we're both going to really enjoy. Jet the Far Storm, also, when this trailer first started, I was like, I'm not going to like this. I
thought the same thing.
I don't like games where you're only in a car or in a plane or whatever. I remember as a kid, I got this Power Rangers game.
Yeah.
Only in freaking...
Was it the Lightspeed Rescue one?
No.
Oh, no.
It was
Lightspeed Rescue. You were just in trucks and stuff.
This one, you were just in like the mechs, and you just like walk around. You had to pick up collectibles, and I was like, I thought I was gonna be able to beat people up as Power Rangers, and I was at the point where I was like, Power Rangers are still kind of cool, but they're also kind of awful, and that was a nail on the head. Cool. That was a nail on the head for me.
Nail in the coffin.
Nail in the coffin.
The nail on my head.
It literally felt like a nail on my head trying to play that game. So that was kind of how I felt in the Far Shore.
Yeah.
I put Storm. It's Far Shore.
You're just thinking of me.
That's stupid. But after watching, again, very unique art style.
Yeah.
The HUD, all of this. We'll just start off by saying all of this reminded me of No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Every single part of it.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, I want to get it on my PS5. I'm not going to pay $60 for it. Yeah. If I can get it for $20, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But
is it still $60 really?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
It goes on sale for like $30, but I'm like even $30. I don't know.
Is it physical? You may be able to find a physical copy and then get a free upgrade to PS5.
Screw that.
Well, I'm just saying. It'll be cheap out.
Yeah, maybe. It looks really unique in that the characters look horrible. I think it was kind of part of the developer's idea. Like, let's make every single character look like trash. And boy, howdy, did they strike.
Yeah,
did they do
good.
it?
Yeah.
They all look disgusting.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
But everything else other than that looks pretty good. Like the exploration looks, they said in the thing, it's all about motion. We want people to be feeling like they're moving, like they're doing something. And it looked cool. It kind of reminded me of like Subnautica, because they said like you want to avoid combat at any cost, and that's exactly how Subnautica is. There comes a point where it's less of that, but still.
Right.
In this, they're like, GTFO. You freaking see something you don't like, you better get the hell away.
Yeah.
Or you dead. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So it looks really interesting. I was pleasantly surprised by it, but not in the same way that I was pleasantly surprised by Tribes. Because even though I think it looks cool and it's very unique in its art style and it looks like it could be a really chill game, I am not going to get this game.
Yeah. There's not a chance I'm going to get it either. It does look cool. but I've got too many other games that really appeal to me. I
Yeah.
really like games with a lot of pop of color. That's why I liked Arcade Arcadegeddon.
Why'd you start Italian? Arcade that was not Italian right there. I don't know what that
I
was.
don't know what that was.
It's just. That was.
Anyway, that's why I really like that. I really like Tribes of Midgard. A lot of the ones, not Fist, but a lot of the ones we talked about have like really cool art. That's what initially drives me to it.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, Bridge of Spirits. That's why that originally caught my eye. So this,
Yeah, I'll give this a 3. I'm not gonna buy it, but it looks very interesting.
yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, it looks interesting, but
Yeah. Looking at Demon Slayer. Okay, here we go. Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles.
Yeah,
Have
pretty
you
good.
seen Demon Slayer?
No.
Demon Slayer, honestly,
I don't watch anime.
the most beautiful
Yeah.
anime I've seen.
That's what I've heard.
It's really freaking good.
My brothers went to the movie, but
I know somebody that went to the movie and he said it was a genuinely good movie.
yeah, that's what my brothers said.
So
They said that, but I don't watch anime. I watched some of the most recent of Attack on Titan, but other than that,
new
Not
season
my
was,
thing anymore.
I didn't like the new season. Everybody
I haven't watched it all. Don't
Everybody-
spoil it.
peed their pants about it.
Don't.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's not like a full season. They're splitting up. So
What?
It's like part 1.
I didn't know that.
Sorry.
Dumb. No,
Sorry.
I don't care. That's fine. I don't care about that.
Spoilers. So as somebody who has watched the first season, I don't read the manga because I'm not a actual incel. It looks cool. Again, the art style looks really nice. Granted, this is the best comic 3D because it looks like like 2D 3D.
Yeah.
It looks 2D, but it's in 3D.
Yeah.
So the art style looks really good. The actual gameplay doesn't look like anything super, super special.
Mhm.
And it looks like it's just on there's like one specific arc of it.
Yeah.
And if it's just that arc, it's probably not going to be worth it if it's $60.
Right.
If this game is $60 and it's just the one arc, that's going to be
It's going to be $60.
Yeah. If
Weeb
so,
games are always $60 because they sell every time, and they're like $500 special editions, and they sell out.
Yeah.
There's such a market for it. They'd be dumb not to make it
Yeah.
60.
Assuming that this game is just the one arc.
Yeah.
And assuming that it's $60, I will not buy this game.
Yeah.
If it's, let's just shoot for the moon here. Let's just really throw our hearts out there. If this game was $15, I'd probably buy it. I don't know that I'd enjoy it, but I'd probably buy it.
I think that's really shooting for the stars. I don't think
That's what I'm saying. We're just we're putting our hearts out.
Yeah.
We're putting our hearts in our wallet. If it's $60, I'm giving this game a 1. Like, this doesn't look like it's got much to it.
Uh-huh.
The combat could be really cool because the combat in the anime is really cool.
Yeah.
But if the combat sucks, this game's going to do horrible. Well, I mean, it'll do well, but it is horrible. What do you think?
I'm not gonna buy it. Like I said, I
You don't mess with that weeb stuff?
no, not anymore.
None of that lolly stuff?
None of that, especially not that. But it's I don't know. It's just not my kind of thing. Like, my brother was really into the sword art games, some other stuff.
Those sucked.
Yeah, I know.
Those are horrible. I tried to play one of them. Oh, God.
Like, I can't. And this doesn't look like it's going to be a typical like JRPG or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just not something that interests me anymore. I do like the beat 'em up fighters and stuff that
See,
comes
I don't
out,
like
like
those at all.
J-Stars and all that, where it's just a bunch of anime characters thrown into a game and
Oh,
you fight.
like
I've got one it's not it's not like the one that just came out where you fight almost like a Tekken or like a Street
Yeah.
Fighter. This one is like a big open room
yeah,
and you just go at it.
it's
It's called J-Stars.
There's one that came out recently.
Jump Force.
Jump Force
Yeah, that's like
has like so much content.
that's
It has enough
yeah.
content to where it has like no content.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, exactly. But that's more like an arena fighter.
Okay.
J-Stars is like, I mean, it's literally like it's a team fighter, but both your teammates are on the map, or on the stage, but you just fight all over the stage. You got a big destructive environment. You can punch each other through walls. It's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
I like stuff like that. But that's about as far as I get into anime games. I just like those because they're really over the top.
Yeah.
Lost Judgment.
I saw this a while ago.
Yeah.
And was like, yeah, I don't care for this at all.
Yeah.
But I'll say, after watching it, I care a little bit more about it.
See, I've never gotten into the Yakuza games, but
I've never played them.
this looks kind of cool. You walk a feisty Shiba. My dog looks kind of a Shiba. Maybe I'll buy it purely for that.
Yeah, your dog is terrifying, not like a Shiba. It's terrifying.
Shibas are mean.
Like this Shiba in this game.
Yeah, Shibas are naturally aggressive.
Really?
That's why. Yeah, that's why he's like that.
Is he a Shiba?
He's part. Yeah, a big part. Yeah.
Freaking, he's terrifying.
Shiba and
Hellhound,
Sharpei and Chow, and they're all aggressive.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks interesting. Probably won't buy it because I'm
super freaking Japanese.
Yeah. That's why it's probably got like a ton of gameplay, a bunch of weird stuff. Like you said, a bunch of mini games. I was reading this. It's like you can go skateboarding and dog walking and more. It's like, this is too much stuff to do. I'm not looking for a life sim.
Yeah.
Like, this is too much stuff to do. It looks cool. It looks entertaining, but I know that I barely scratched the surface, and I don't want to do that. So
yeah, I put on our notes that if you want to fully enjoy what Lost Judgment has to offer, I feel like you're gonna have to put your whole life into it. Like, it looks like it could be really freaking cool. I like detective type games. There's a Sherlock game that I played that was pretty fun.
There's a new one coming out that looks good too.
I liked LA Noire, even though I thought it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's is that X to Doubt? Is that LA
X to Doubt?
Yeah, it's
like like the first guy they're trying to introduce the whole mechanic where like they make the faces and he's just sitting there like like he just lied and it's so stupid. But I like those types of games.
Yeah. So
I mean, like, if this thing, I don't think I'm gonna get it. If it was half off, so I'm assuming this is gonna go for $70.
Oh yeah.
If this game was $25, like in 2 years, if this game was $25, I think I'd probably play it.
Yeah.
It looks entertaining enough to be like,
it does.
What the butt?
Yeah.
But as it stands, I'd probably give this, at least in my personal interest, a 3. It looks like it's got something for just about everybody, though.
Yeah, I'd go like 1 or 2. It's just not. It looks interesting. I can appreciate it, that it's probably good, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
I will not. Like, it's not up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last two, sort of kind of the big ones, or at least part of them big ones.
Yeah.
Death Stranding Director's Cut. I have only ever heard that this game was boring.
Yeah.
And
there's some people that love it though. Like, there are some people that are so dedicated, but it looks awful to me.
It doesn't look. It looks. I love Kojima.
I know. I was so sad because I love Metal Gear, PT, loved all those.
And the fact that they got what's his face from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He's just cool.
Yeah.
It's got more missions, equipment, and more
weapons.
I said that.
You said equipment.
Oh, sorry.
Scott.
Specifically, weapons aren't equipment. New weapons.
All right, sorry. When you, I was thinking like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm not gonna spend full price on this.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, if they could make it, I mean, there are parts of it where it just looks so cool.
Yeah.
But then I've heard all you do
Is walk.
is walk.
Yeah. It's
And
walking
you have
simulator.
this weird fetus.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird, but
Yeah.
it's very Kojima.
You've really got to appreciate the art and really appreciate Kojima to like this, I think.
And I really do. I loved Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean, everybody did.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy Kojima's stuff. I like that sort of like meta
Yeah.
type of game style.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I give it a 5. I'm more interested in it than some of the other games, I'll say. I give it like a 5.
Yeah. If this was ever really cheap, I would get into it. It's $10 for the upgrade, so if somebody already owns the PS4 version, it's only $10 to get this version, which is not a bad deal.
That's not
I
bad.
think that's pretty fair because it's
Yeah.
got additional content, all the PS5 stuff like adaptive triggers, the haptics, you know, 4K, 60 FPS. My wife just dropped something really heavy.
That sounded like an explosion.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried. I still hear movement, so she's not
She's
dead.
probably good.
So it's that made me lose my train of thought. But anyway, it's a good value.
It's a good, for $10, not bad.
But this makes me think of Ghost of Tsushima director's cut that just got announced. And this is what I was writing down beforehand. This is, like I said, $10. Ghost of Tsushima is a $30 upgrade if you own the PS4 version. So you're paying half the price of the original game. It's $20 if you pre-order it. Yippee. But all you get is another island, and you get the weird thing is the PS5 update is live. Like, the game is upscaled for PS5.
Yeah.
On PS4.
Yeah. Oh. What?
Like, I bought the PS4 version.
Yeah.
And I bought the game back in September. I bought my PS5 in January. So I finished the game on PS5.
Okay.
It looks way better. It runs at 60.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of the PS5 upgrades.
Yeah.
For free. But
Yeah.
I guess so did Spider-Man. And then there was Spider-Man Remastered.
Yeah.
So this is technically the same thing. But if you buy it at $70, and then the upgrade is 30, and all you get is another island. Like, all you get is this
Garbage.
small. It's not at all. I think $30 is ridiculous to ask for that.
Yeah.
Because God of War asked for Jack. And we got all kinds of updates. I mean, no content, but you're essentially paying $30 for. So Death Stranding, you're pretty much getting the PS5 update for free, and then you're paying $10 for the additional content. That's how I see it.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. When you get the PS5 update and then $30 for a small DLC, that's ridiculous. So, and I love Ghost of Tsushima. That's one of my favorite games. I loved that game.
I didn't super care for it.
Yeah, I platinumed it because I liked it so much. That's why it took me forever to beat. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, and like, so I was tempted when this dropped. I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. Not for $30. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'll just play my other version.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. I'll just go play New Game Plus.
Yeah,
It's insane. So I don't know what Sucker Punch is on, but their game's not worth that. So
yeah. But Death Stranding though.
Death Stranding.
If I had the base game, I would probably buy it.
Yeah.
I would still
Yeah.
I still probably only give it a 5. The fact that I don't have it,
Yeah.
I'm still interested because I like everything surrounding it. I just don't know if I like
Was
the game.
Death Stranding free at one point on PS5, PS4?
Probably. They make just about everything free at one point.
I'm gonna check.
Well, he's looking at that. I'll kind of round up the last of the state of play, which is Deathloop, which has been around for a while, and it's finally coming out September 14th. It's made by the same people that made the Dishonored franchise, which is it was cool, but it was also kind of horrible to look at and made me want to throw up visually, but it was awesome. And it was like I felt very conflicted about it.
It was free on PC, not on PS5.
Okay.
PS4. Sorry about that.
So it's roguelike,
Mm-hmm.
like an actual roguelike, which is kind of cool. An FPS, which they're Returnal. Was that what it was called? That just came out.
Yeah.
That was roguelike, and I haven't seen much people talk about it, but I've heard that the people that enjoy it
really like it.
Freaking like it.
Yeah. I've heard that it's pretty good. It's a third person, but yeah, I've heard that people really do like it. Yeah.
So Dishonored had a really cool way of doing combat, but it also was kind of annoying. Like the whole power thing was awesome, but it just kind of felt frustratingly slow.
Yeah.
If this is kind of like that, I think this could flop hard. Like I feel like out of all of these games, this has the most potential to either just score big or not be good. It reminds me a lot of Mafia 3. I don't know if you play the other Mafia games. People loved Mafia 1. People really love Mafia 2. It's the same thing with Dishonored.
Yeah, I could see that.
And Mafia 3 people really didn't like.
Yeah.
And it could be like that.
Yeah.
Could not be. I don't super care for it. Again, it's probably a 5 for me.
Yeah. For me, the first time I saw it, I thought it looked really cool. I thought it was really cool that somebody could join your game. I liked the idea of roguelike. I like roguelikes a lot. Like I said, I like Risk of Rain. I like Enter the Gungeon.
Have you ever played Isaac?
No, but I want to.
Isaac is phenomenal.
Binding of Isaac?
Yeah, you can get it on a Switch.
Yeah, I know. It was a launch game for the Switch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The new one is supposed to be coming out for PS4, like the new update.
Okay.
Or the new whatever expansion.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be coming out for PlayStation and Switch in a couple months.
Okay.
It's really fun.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out because that always has good reviews. I always hear people raving.
I've put like well over 600 hours
Holy cow.
into it on the Switch. Yeah, I
Wow.
love Binding of Isaac. Sorry, keep
All right.
keep going.
So I like roguelikes.
Yeah.
But I felt like this kept getting shoved down my throat at everybody's event. It was in Xboxes. It was in the Bethesda thing. It's in the State of Play. It's been in like 3 State of Plays. It's all over the place. And I'm like, okay.
It feels like a classic AAA title.
Yeah. And it's kind of getting me burnt out on it. I thought it was cool when I first saw it, but I see it so often. And it looks like they're trying to really push it. And the thing that I've seen, you look at YouTube videos, there's not many views on the YouTube videos. Like if the specific Deathloop YouTube videos, not many people go and watch them. So I'm wondering if this is not going to go well. Like the thing looks cool. I like the combat. I like the assassination combat, and like the teleporting and all the things like that. But it's just like I've seen it so often that I'm tired of looking at it. So if it's good and it comes out and it has really good reviews, I'll look into it. It'll be like 5 or 6 for me, but I think there's a high possibility that it could majorly flop. And I think also because it's the only game on this list really that's a big title.
Yeah,
like
it's
everything else is.
It's the closest to a AAA.
Mm-hmm. Well, is it? I think it is a AAA, right?
I have no idea. I don't know if there was like an actual line, or if it was just kind of like we call of Duty AAA and go to bed.
It's the only AAA that exists. It's at least high budget because it's Bethesda
it's the highest
and it's
budget.
Arcane.
It's the highest budget. Death Stranding's the other one, maybe.
Yeah.
But out of all of these others that we've talked about, Deathloop is definitely. So yeah, like
100%.
5,
Yeah.
6 for me.
Yeah.
Probably won't get it.
Yeah, about the same for me.
All right. So then we have one more thing to talk about, and we'll just kind of briefly touch on it because there's not much to talk about.
Yeah.
They finally announced a Switch Pro. Everybody grab your balls. They did it. Nintendo's ready to give it to us, except they're not giving us
anything. Nothing.
The Switch Pro, it's got an OLED display, which is all right.
Ta-da, that's it.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's slightly bigger.
The screen is bigger.
Yes.
The Switch is the same size.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got a better stand for when you want to use handheld, and people were complaining about that, and so like
it does.
good on Nintendo.
The original one does have a bad stand, yeah.
And that is literally it as we know it.
That's it.
It based on what we know, they're gonna ship me, hopefully not me, a Switch.
I was gonna say you're buying that.
No.
No way, dude.
A new Switch, $350. It's going to run everything at the same resolution.
Yeah.
It's got the exact same guts.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, I know you really enjoyed your Switch. You paid like, I don't know, $300. And it probably took you a while to get it because we ran so short stock. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell you another one in a different color and then kick your balls as you're buying it. And then you pay me $350. That's how we do that, right?
It's insane.
That's buck wild.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't care for Switch Pro, but then they said it was announced, and I was like, holy balls, if this thing runs at 4K, it's an actual Pro. It's like, it's going to run Breath of the Wild 2 at 60 FPS. I was like, I started shaking. And then they were like, OLED. And I was like, I don't fully understand what that means, but that sounds pretty cool. And then they're like, it's going to be the same damn Switch.
Yeah. They just put a different screen in it.
Dude, come on.
I thought that they were going to release...
battery.
Well, the battery's not even... The battery... So, the bigger battery one came out late or middle of last year with the red box. It's the red box Switch.
Oh.
And it's version 2. It's the same price, but it's a better battery life.
Okay.
This one has that battery, but because of the OLED screen, it reduces the battery back to the base Switch. So it's not even as good as the version 2 Switch that came out last year. And it has 64 gigs of storage instead of 32, but you can buy like a 256 gigabyte SD card for like $17.
That's what I got.
So, it's like it blows my mind. Yeah, like you, my brothers sent it to me. And they're like, oh, the new Switch. And I was like, okay, my Switch has a busted screen. I will probably buy this. Because like you, I was thinking this is going to be maybe not 4K, but I was thinking at least 60.
Even if not 4K, yeah. It's like actual HD.
Right. And because 720 on the small screen doesn't bother me. But I was thinking maybe it comes with a... I
never play handheld.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing. I wouldn't use that OLED screen.
Like, how old am I? Like 11? Is my last name Smith?
Somebody was called out. But that's why, like, my screen's busted. I don't ever notice because I never take it out of the dock. And so I'd never use this. So I was thinking, okay, we're going to get a beefier Switch. It's going to run at 60. It's going to have a dock that maybe exports to 4K, maybe upscales. At least it'll be 60. Nothing. Just a bigger screen with no bezels. That's it. And there's no way I'm buying that.
Man.
Not a chance. But people will to get that white color.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is going to sell like hotcakes because Nintendo, man, you did it again.
Yeah.
You genius freaking bastards. You did it again.
I mean, I was immediately thinking, okay, I play Animal Crossing a decent amount with my wife. We hate playing on the same screen sometimes. She can have mine, and I'll get the new one. And I was like, no.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yep.
My wife likes Animal Crossing.
Yep.
I don't care for it, but
Yep.
I like Smash.
Yeah.
I like Breath of the Wild. I was like, man, I can't wait. And
that's all it is.
You freaking teases. Oh, Reggie, you don't work there anymore, but Reggie, I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something, you piece of crap.
It was so disappointing. I was so excited when I saw it. I thought the white was so cool. I was like, man. And then, no, I'm not paying $350 for a white
If you don't have a Switch, like if you never bought a Switch, don't you dare buy the new Switch.
No, I would say go and buy version 2 so you get better battery life.
Absolutely buy the better, especially if you play it handheld. If you're, man, I don't understand why people play handheld. Like, I understand.
I do in a pinch, but that's it.
Yeah, and I understand, like, people bring it to places, fine, whatever. Yeah. But if you're sitting at home, and you got a big old TV, you can just plug that sucker in there, and you're sitting here, and you're thinking with the Cheeto fingers that you want to sit there and just, like, drool all over the screen. Oh, man.
I was really thinking it was going to be just a docked version, because the Switch Lite is just a handheld version. I was thinking it was going to be a docked version
if it was like
that was strong.
Yeah, a whole console that was strong.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would have. But it's not.
Man, Nintendo. This has been a year of Nintendo cuck. That's all it's been. It's just been Nintendo has said, hey, we're going to give you this, but at the same time, like I said, we're going to kick you in the nuts, and then you give me money.
That's like, that's basically.
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's it. That's all we got to talk about. And we beat an hour and 30 minutes by 10 seconds.
Hey. It's It's gonna go to an hour and a half though.
Probably.
3, 2, 1, hour and a half. I think this is our longest one.
This is our longest one.
We've made it.
And we didn't really get in detail about anything. So
There's a lot to talk about.
there was.
Apparently, I didn't think when I looked at
didn't-
this list, I was like, this is going to take like 20
There's like
minutes.
8 things to talk about.
Just kidding.
Well, like I said, that's all we got. If you think that we are incredibly wrong about Fist, and you're thinking how much you cannot wait to play Rayton and his freaking Japanese rabbit ears. There's nothing wrong with him being Japanese. It was a weird transition from horrible English voice acting from like, do you think you need to go back?
Yeah.
To like the most grizzled and war-torn Japanese soldier, like, I gotta go back. All right, dude. So if you think Fist is going to be a ton of fun, you ready to punch people? Or if you think Mason's a fool for not being a weeb, or if you're ready to get that Switch Pro because you're indoctrinated by Nintendo, let us know at our socials. It's at Digital Waypoint on Instagram and at DigiWaypoint on Twitter. Hit us up. We'll argue in the DMs, and I'll call you a name. I don't care. I'll get banned. Who cares? Hit us up. You can also, if you don't care about social media and you just care about your audio, if on the platform that you're listening to your audio, you can upvote or give us stars. Give us some stars.
Yeah.
Make us
Subscribe
popular.
on there. Yeah.
Give us more money. If you need some visual stimulation, you can also listen to this podcast on YouTube.
Yep.
You can look at our logo, or at least what our logo is currently, because we haven't
Yeah.
made a logo. So you can look at that.
Our Anchor generated logo.
Yeah, so if you're interested in that, go there.
Yeah.
But I think that's all that we got, huh?
That's all we got.
Well, boys and girls, I think that is predominantly made up of Mason's wife.
Yeah. That's our one on Anchor.
Yeah.
One female.
Or one female
Our
listener.
statistics, it's my wife.
Not even my wife.
I know.
It's just your wife.
It's just mine.
So Mason's wife. I'm glad that we're back after our little hiatus.
Yeah.
We're back. We're here recording, and I know it's been a while, so you guys may be a little bit rusty. But I hope that if anything, you remember what time it is. Because if you didn't, let me remind you. It is time for that outro music, baby! Woo!